The child had been born. The heavens had declared him. The earth had received him. But even as the stars rejoiced, the darkness stirred, because one man refused to bow. Herod, a ruler who grasped his throne with iron fists, a man who had crushed rebellions, executed his own kin, and silenced all who threatened his power. And now he had heard the whispers, the rumors of a king, not a warrior, not a noble, but a child destined to reign forever. My lord, the wise men have not returned. They have vanished without a trace. Herod's face darkens. His fingers tighten around the marble railing. His breath is slow, controlled, but his fury is unmistakable. Herod, they dare defy me. The torches in the room flicker violently as his rage swells. Fear had taken root in his heart, and when fear and power meet, cruelty is born. Herod turns abruptly, his cloak billowing behind him. He storms toward his guards, his voice sharp as a blade. Herod, find him, and if you cannot, then take them all. Every boy in Bethlehem, 2 years and younger. Leave none alive. The room falls into a horrified silence. The soldiers glance at each other, hesitant, but they know there is no refusal. They bow their heads and depart. As the heavy doors close, Herod exhales slowly, his lips curling into a cruel smirk. And so the order was given, an order that would stain history in blood, and the angels wept. The night was peaceful. The Savior of the world held in the arms of his mother. A king without a palace, a ruler without a throne. And yet, the storm was already upon them. The lamp flickers violently as if responding to an unseen force. Joseph stirs in his sleep. Then, a soft radiant glow fills the stable. The air shifts, and suddenly, an angel stands before him. Angel echoing divine yet urgent. Joseph, rise, take the child and his mother and flee to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod seeks to destroy the child. Joseph's eyes snap open. He sits upright, breathless, his heart pounding. He looks to Mary, to the sleeping baby in her arms. Then, his decision is made. And in that moment, he knew. There was no time for questions, no time for hesitation. The King of Kings had been placed in his care, and he would protect him with everything he had. Joseph moves swiftly, waking Mary. Her eyes are heavy with sleep, but she knows by his face that something is wrong. Mary, Joseph, what is it? We must leave, now. Mary's grip tightens. Her breath catches in her throat, but she does not question. She nods. As they prepare, Joseph gathers what little they have, a water skin, a small satchel of food, a few coins. Mary swaddles Jesus tightly, holding him close to her chest. The donkey is readied. And then, before the first light of dawn, they leave. And so, before the sun could rise, they vanished into the darkness, fleeing the land they called home, fleeing the streets where angels once sang his birth. The king had become a refugee.
And then the massacre began.
Bethlehem became a river of tears. The prophecy of Jeremiah fulfilled. A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping and great mourning. Rachel weeping for her children, refusing to be comforted because they are no more. The road was harsh, the nights cold, the days unbearable. But Joseph did not stop. He could not stop. He carried a burden heavier than any man, the safety of the Messiah. Mary looks down at Jesus. He sleeps soundly, unaware of the peril, his tiny hand resting against his mother's heart. Mary, he is safe. He is safe. At last, after days of endless travel, the great pyramids of Egypt appear on the horizon, the land of pharaohs, a land of refuge. And after many days, they reached a land where no Roman king could touch them, a land of old kingdoms, of ancient wonders, but most of all, a place of safety. They had left behind their home, their people, their land, but they had not left behind their faith. In the shelter of foreign walls, the child was protected until the time was right for him to return. And so, the Son of God became a wanderer, a king without a throne, yet destined to reign forever. The world had already begun to rise against him, yet he had come to save it.